What's cracking, everybody? New video. And some of you aren't going to like it, but this video follows the last video. I was on YouTube right now, and I wish I could say that I was surprised by what I saw. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit surprised by what I heard. So, as we know, Tekashi, Lil Danny, got beat up in an LA fitness gym in Florida, right? He was doing the old turtle defense. He was laying on his back, feet up, hands up, making sure he was in that submissive state. And that is what it is, right? He had some people on him. I don't know if it was one. I don't know if it was two. I don't know if it was three. But I do know that the investigation has been completed and the crime has been solved. And the main detective, the main investigator who solved the case, as usual, was Whack 100. And he did it from the precinct called Clubhouse. Man, this dude, Gunner and I, we went live last night. And there were a lot of people saying, oh, the guy that did it, and the guy that did is from this area or this neighborhood and this name. We were saying, hey, let the authorities figure that out. Let the authorities, we don't know who threw the first punch, who said the first, who instigated. That's neither here nor there. We're just, speaking on, hey, little Danny got into some shit, and he had very shiny, very short stripper shorts on and a poofy jacket, and I guess it's raining. Maybe it's raining where he is, and he thought there was going to be a flood, and he wanted to make sure he was wearing the type of shorts that won't retain water, and he was wearing a jacket that'll help him float. Chingo. But the crazy thing is you have Whack 100, right? Mr. Gangster, when it fits him, when it suits him, he talks about politics, prison politics, and street politics. But when it comes to little Danny, he's always solving the crimes. I righteously heard him say on Clubhouse just a few minutes ago. And that's when I was like, let me go over here and record this video. Stop being lazy. Get off your ass. Go and record. I heard him say that the guy who did, how you know that's him? How do you know that's not somebody trying to get clout? But I heard him say, oh yeah, you posted it on your IG. And then you added a few words in there that got you a hate crime. You got 15 to 20 years added on your sentence. So Whack 100 has already found that he deserves a hate crime, an enhancement on his sentence, right? Then he said, they were saying, well, he didn't really get beat up. He was able to walk away. All right, then stop talking about it. Stop with the 15 to 20 years. It was nothing. He didn't get hurt, right? You can't have it one way or another. But then he turns around and said, but he definitely did great bodily injury. And then the other guy said, we definitely did a 245 1A or 245 A1. They're in the penal code's books, guys. They righteously have the statutes in front of them, the penal code book in front of them. They are setting the charges right now at Clubhouse. Oh, man, they're making sure the DA doesn't overlook anything, right? And then they gonna call everybody, everything under the sun, and call people pussies and cowards, and yet at the same time solve crimes. You know, when Whack 100, he engages this individual, and and then we're saying that that little Danny is a federal employee. No, he's a rat. He just testified and then said he didn't want their help, and so he didn't get it, and he got slapped around and he went into turtle mode, and acted like he had a shell on his back, and he was spinning and spinning. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, kitty cat turtle defense. But little Danny is not an employee of the feds. Listen to what Wack is saying. He said that rapper Gunna and all these other dudes that have cooperated in that, whatever that case is, I don't know nothing about that case. But whatever that case is, where all these dudes turned state evidence, he's saying all of them are happy right now, because when these guys get 50 years, that'll make other people think twice about getting at them. Huh, Wack? That's a trip. I always think back, whenever I hear Wack talk about stuff like this and solve crimes, I always think back to when the dude from 60s was calling him back. Remember? He called in, he was calling him back, and Wack was, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. But it's a trip how you seem like you want people to get 50 years. But I remember back in the days, Wack, I'm a few years older than you. But I remember, I know you grew up in that same era where 25 to life, Tupac said it in a song, 25 to life never crossed their mind. 50 years. When people are really living that life, 50 years, life sentence, death penalty, they don't care about that. But you trying to plant a seed, huh, Wack? Why though? Why are you trying to plant a seed of, convincing the DA that that's a hate crime? That he needs, that whoever was involved needs an enhancement, and let's add on more time. That's some strange business right there. And then Wack 100 was like, the dude who did it took his IG down 40 minutes. Damn, homie, you really monitoring this shit, huh? I don't even know who did it. I didn't see nothing other than Tekashi on the ground. I didn't see nobody else's face. I saw his. But you saw everything, Wack. How do you know 40 minutes later a post was taken down? Were you monitoring it, or was somebody else monitoring it and they let you know? I don't know that Wack's a rat. I just know that a boy from 60s had a code name for him. Supposedly there was some paperwork and it was talking about back, and he jammed you about it. It's a damn shame that Wack 100 is choosing to try to stay relevant by becoming McGruff. If those of you my age remember who McGruff is, he was that dog that takes a bite out of crime. Oh, man, there's an old song I used to love, man. It was called Blue Liquid, and he said, McGruff got too many faces. And Wack is very high profile. He's got a platform where they don't ever go against Wack. They let him take over, and then they bite into his crime-fighting tactics. I'm not in the streets. I'm not into violence. I don't condone it. I don't promote it. I am someone who believes that prison should be reformed. I believe enhancements should be removed. There's already crimes on the books. We don't need to add enhancements because, in my experience, enhancements are only used against, for the most part, people of color. And yet Wack's already talking about it's a hate crime. That's 15 to 20 years added on right there. He already said the dude's going to get 50 years. Man, how do you know that? How did you solve the crime so fast? And this dude's he's trying to, and why are you saying that the dude is a federal employee and that this will get other people to think twice? When you come from an era, supposedly, Wack, where people were getting down with guns and knives, not even thinking about a life sentence. You're talking about 50 years. What do you mean? But, you know, I understand somehow, some way, there's a deep connection between you and Danny. What is that connection? Maybe people look into that. So with that, I'm gone. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them. I'm out.